Hey guys, in this video, I will give you 10 random facts. Fact 1. There is a species of jellyfish that is immortal. The Turritopsis dohrnii, also known as the immortal jellyfish, is a type of jellyfish that can transform its body into a younger state through a process called transdifferentiation. This means that it can essentially revert back to its polyp stage, which is the juvenile form of a jellyfish, and then grow back into an adult again. This process can be repeated indefinitely, making the Turritopsis dohrnii theoretically immortal. This process is still not fully understood and is currently being studied by scientists, but it has potential applications in the field of regenerative medicine and could possibly lead to new ways of understanding and addressing diseases. Fact 2. The shortest war in history was between Britain and Zanzibar on August 27, 1896. And lasted only 38 minutes. The Anglo-Zanzibar War was a military conflict fought between the United Kingdom and Zanzibar. On August 27, 1896, Zanzibar was a small archipelago located off the coast of Tanzania, and it was a major producer of cloves, which were a valuable commodity at the time. The war was sparked by a dispute over who should be the ruler of Zanzibar, and it ended with Zanzibar surrendering to the British. After just 38 minutes, the war was so short because Zanzibar was vastly outgunned and outmanned by the British, and its forces were quickly overwhelmed. The war marked the beginning of British colonial rule in Zanzibar, which lasted until 1963. Fact 3. The longest recorded flight of a chicken is 13 seconds. Yes, you read that right, minus 13 whole seconds. The longest recorded flight of a chicken was achieved by a hen named Mike, who flew for 13 seconds before landing safely back on the ground. This feat was achieved in 1973 at a farm in England, and it was witnessed by multiple people. While chickens are not known for their flying abilities, they are capable of short bursts of flight, usually to escape predators or roost in trees. Mike's record-breaking flight has yet to be beaten, and it remains one of the most impressive achievements in the world of poultry. Fact 4. The Great Wall of China is not visible from space. This is a common myth that has been debunked by astronauts and satellite images. While the Great Wall of China is a very long structure, it is not wide enough or tall enough to be visible from space. It is only about 30 feet wide and 20 feet tall, which is not large enough to be visible from the height of a spacecraft or satellite. In fact, the wall is only visible from low Earth orbit, and only under certain conditions. The myth that the wall is visible from space likely originated from a 1938 book by a German writer named Willy Ley, who wrote that the wall was visible from the moon. This claim was later debunked, but it has persisted as a popular myth. Fact 5. There is a fungus that turns ants into zombies. Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, also known as the zombie fungus, is a type of fungus that infects carpenter ants and takes control of their bodies. The fungus grows inside the ant's body, eventually killing it, but not before causing the ant to climb to a high location and bite onto a leaf, before producing spores that can infect other ants. This process is known as zombie-like behavior, because the ant is no longer in control of its own body, and is instead being controlled by the fungus. The fungus essentially turns the ants into zombies, in order to help spread its own spores. Fact 6. The human nose can detect over 1 trillion different scents. The human sense of smell is incredibly powerful, and our noses are capable of detecting an astonishing number of different scents. According to research, the human nose can detect over 1 trillion different scents, which is a truly staggering number. This is because our noses contain specialized cells called olfactory receptors, which are responsible for detecting odor molecules in the air. These receptors are incredibly sensitive and can detect even slight changes in the chemical composition of the air. This is why we are able to distinguish between so many different smells, from the sweet aroma of freshly baked cookies to the pungent smell of rotten eggs. Fact 7. The longest recorded duration without sleep is 264.4 hours 11 days by Randy Gardner in 1964. Randy Gardner, a high school student in California, stayed awake for 264.4 hours 11 days in 1964 to test his endurance and raise awareness about the effects of sleep deprivation. Gardner was monitored by scientists and reporters throughout the experiment, and he experienced a range of symptoms including hallucinations, mood swings, and memory lapses. While Gardner's feat is impressive, it is not recommended to go without sleep for such a long period of time, as it can have serious negative effects on physical and mental health. Fact 8. The largest living organism in the world is a fungus that covers over 2,200 acres. The Armillaria fungus, also known as the honey mushroom, is a type of fungus that grows underground in a vast network of tiny, branching tendrils. In 1998, a team of scientists discovered a massive colony of this fungus in Oregon, which covered over 2,200 acres, and was estimated to be around 2,400 years old. This makes it the largest living organism in the world, and it is considered a single individual, because all of the fungus is connected by a network of mycelium, vegetative part of the fungus. Fact 9. The longest recorded duration of a person holding their breath is 24 minutes and 3 seconds. Ahmed Gabr of Egypt set the Guinness World Record for the longest breath holding in 2014, when he held his breath for 24 minutes and 3 seconds. Gabr, a freediver, used a technique called static apnea to slow down his heart rate and conserve oxygen, allowing him to hold his breath for such a long period of time. This record is extremely impressive, but it is not recommended to attempt to break it without proper training and supervision, as it can be dangerous. Fact 10. The deepest part of the ocean is over 36,000 feet deep. The Challenger Deep, located in the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean, is the deepest point on Earth, with a depth of over 36,000 feet, 10,973 meters. This extreme depth is due to the way that the Earth's crust is structured, with two tectonic plates converging and creating a deep trench. The pressure at the bottom of the Challenger Deep is immense, reaching over 1,000 times the pressure at sea level, and the temperature is near freezing. Despite these extreme conditions, there are still organisms that live in the Challenger Deep, including giant tube worms and deep-sea fish. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.